You're recording. There we go. All right. So, little loop band. Just make sure you are on mute because otherwise the screen will jump to you if you make a noise. So we're holding the band literally just in your thumbs, and it's just going to keep your hands. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed and your elbows are relaxed. Feet hip distance apart, and we're just going to take the band up above the head. Just find where feels comfortable for you to start with, and then just do it again. So just take it up and just bring it back down. I'm just going to come down so you can see me clearly. What I'm going to do in a second is take it right back and then bring it down. But I don't want you to force it. You're not pulling it tight when you're taking it back. Yeah, so it's still the same distance apart. Good. One more. Now, it feels a little bit strange, so we're going to hold it up, and then we're just going to kind of go around. Good. So you're just literally taking it around, and you can hopefully feel, so turn to the side, everything is kind of moving. You're not stopping your feet or your knees or your hips or your ribs from moving, but I've got a relaxed shoulder and I've got a relaxed elbow, so nothing's pulled tight. Good, and then I'm going to go the other way. And it feels very strange for the first one or two. That's it. You might hear some clinks and thumps and clumps in your shoulders. Good, and then we're just going to hold it up at the top again. So just take it up. Again, I'm not pulling it tight. I've got a relaxed shoulder and neck, and I'm going to lead with my hip. Let my hip go to one side, and then let it just sway naturally to the other. I am not trying to do a side bend. From the top, I'm just letting my hips lead. So think about a tree kind of swaying in the breeze. Just letting that spine move, there's nothing forced. And then I'm going to go down and around. So bend your knees now as you come on down. Take the fingers towards the floor and then come on up and over to the other side. Now you bend your knees as much as you feel you want to. We're going to go around for 3 in each direction. So this is your third one. Very nice. And then we just go around the other way. So again, the first one feels a bit strange. Let me come around. That's it. And then I'm going to invite you to just hold it down. Now, do make sure that you've got your knees bent as much as you need to. So we're going to stay here in this position. And then you're literally going to let the band come underneath your toes. Wiggle it, and then slide it underneath your heels so that you can just wiggle it up now. It's going around your calf, the widest part of your calf. And then we come fully up to standing once we've got it round the calf. Now, almost forget it's there. You're literally now going to take your hands, find your bottom rib, and just take a little circle in this position. So think about circling using your hips. That's it. And then change direction. Very nice. And then all we're going to do is just a baby squat. So I'm just going to slide my hands down, stick my butt over my feet. And you can just feel that ever so slightly, there's a little bit of stretch in the band now. So around those calf muscles. We're not trying to force it. We're not trying to go low. Now keep the hands relaxed and just let your arms float. Start to swing them backwards, and as you swing them backwards, tighten your kneecaps, squeeze your bottom. So let's just bring in the breath now. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in, and then breathe out. So it's fluid, and it's smooth. And we're just warming up through ankles and knees and hips. Now I'm going to add in a little calf raise. So take it up, let it swing. Now I'm not trying to come high. So don't worry about coming right onto your tippy toes. Just go to where feels okay for you. Lovely. We're just getting movement through the ankle now. Fabulous. Last one. And then just come up to standing. Nice. Now take your feet just a tiny bit wider. Lovely. Rock your weight slightly over. Pick up your right heel. I'm going to place my hands just around my waist. And I'm just going to lift the leg up, 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 little sit. Same side. Up, 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 little sit, same side, up, 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 little sit. This is your last one this side, up, up. Now just sit down in the middle and stand up. Give me a couple more, go back to that little flow. So now you've got your legs a little bit wider. Good, last one. And then I'm just going to bring my hands back to my hips, rock my way over, so just lift the heel up, and then we go 1, 2, 3, and squat. And 1, 2, 3, and squat. Lovely. 1. So it's not crazy tight, but suddenly you know you've got some outer thighs, you know you've got some hips, your butt's just kicking in gently. Good. Now let's go back to the first side. 1, 2. Now to the second side. 1, 2. Good. One more time on each if you can. If you feel you've had enough, listen to your body. Mary, are you doing okay? Yeah? Okay, good. Lovely. And just relax for a second. Good stuff. Now I'm going to take a breath in. Bringing my feet a little bit closer. Breathe in, bend your knees. We're going to take a body roll. Listen to your body now. So hands go palms to thighs, chin drops. Imagine you're unzipping your spine. You're pulling your tummy in like you've got a belt on. Your arms are long, shoulders are relaxed. Now just go to where you want to. Further isn't better. Listen to your body. So you want to feel that you're getting some kind of release or stretch. Top of your pelvis, lower back. Hold it there. Lovely. And then in that position, we're now going to keep on coming forward all the way down onto the floor. So you're going to let your knees bend and just keep on coming. The band is staying where it is, around your calf muscles, and we're now down on our all fours. So we're very gently now going to utilize the band for a little bit of resistance. But to start with, just keep your toes tucked. Let your arms come further forward. And just let yourself rock back and then come forward into your 3/4 plank position. So remember, we're not doing this and dropping the tummy down. We're keeping the hips up and we're keeping the tummy really, really tight. So we sink back and we come into that 3/4 plank. You engage your butt muscles first and sink back. Lovely. And then come on forward. And as you're thinking about pushing forward, just allow yourself to keep connecting those toes into the floor. So push your toes into the floor and really feel, the more you can push your toes into the floor as you come forward, the more you'll actually engage through your tummy. Good. Now hold it back there. Just let yourself walk your arms back underneath you so that when you come forward now, we should be pretty much in all fours. We want to have them hands underneath your armpits. Okay. I'm going to make sure that I've got a nice gap between my knees so the band is fairly tight, and I'm literally going to slide back with one leg. Now the band is probably going to move closer to the ankle bone on the other side. Don't worry about it. Yeah, just feel the resistance. Bring it back in, slide it back, feel the resistance. So it's moved, hopefully the band has moved right down to your ankles. Yes, good. And slide. Lovely. And slide. So I'm just pressing the toes into the floor. Now slide back and hold it. Fantastic. Drop onto both of your elbows. So take the pressure off those wrists. Now, if you look at yourself in the screen, if you can see yourself, you see your hips are going to be up, but your tummy is pulled in. I'm going to take this leg back. I'm going to let my hips now drop. So I'm in plank. Don't go down too low. Make sure you can feel your tummy's engaged. Good. Bring that knee back in. Take it back again. Bring it back in. Hold it. Take it back again. One more time. Bring it back in. Now bring the other knee in as well. Walk yourself in towards your feet. Let your feet relax, your feet, your knees, and let your head just drop. Reach back. And just hold that relaxed position. Now, if you feel you want to lift your bottom up a little bit more and tuck your head underneath a little bit more to get more of a release, absolutely do. Find where feels a good position for you. And then I'm just going to lift my head up and I'm going to come back into my all fours. So I'm back into that all fours position, and I'm now going to take the leg that I was just moving. I'm going to take that one back. Good stuff. Push the foot into the floor. Bring it in. Excellent. Just check your position, take it back. Now you're going to drop on down. Let's take the other leg out to join it. Very nice. Okay, so that leg comes back in. Lift your hips. Drop it back down, let them lower. We're talking centimetre maybe at the most. Lift it up. It's not a big move. Drop it back. Lovely. Lift it up. This is your last one. Drop it back. Now drop onto your knees. Let your feet come up. You've got that band around your ankles. Flex your feet. Lovely. Now, once you know what you're doing, you're going to put your head down. So ideally, you're kind of in that position. But all you're going to do is you're just going to press. Just press out. Yeah? Just press out. So you're going to feel something happening in your lower back. You're going to feel something happening the outside of your thighs. Good stuff. And then you're just going to bring the feet closer to you. You should be able to reach behind you and just maneuver that band so it can now sit around your toes or near to your toes. Yeah? Now I'm going to move my feet to 90 degrees and I'm going to do the same thing. Press it out. Good stuff. So it's tiny pulses, tiny pulses. Great. All right, pull the feet in. Now, let your ankles relax. So if you've been to a gym, if you've ever seen one of them leg curl machines where you lay on your front and you've got a roller that's sitting on your calf muscles, this is going to feel like that. Have a little look. I'm going to take my feet down. I'm going to stretch the band wide. My bum cheek muscles will start to engage. So will my hamstrings. My feet aren't touching the floor. And then I'm going to bring my heels right into my bottom and relax. So let's do that together. Push the feet out wide, pointing the toes, stretching the band, tightening the kneecaps, tightening the bum, and then bring it back in. Now make sure your head is relaxed down. Taking it down, stretching that band. And what you'll hopefully find is, as you get more confident, you'll feel that you want to just stretch that band a little bit further each time. Now that's 4. We're going to try another 4 if we can. If it feels it's getting too much for your back, for your bum, or for your outer hips and thighs, take a breather. So squeeze it wide. Bring it back in, feet are closer together. Stretch the band and pull it in. We've got one more. Take it out. Stretch it and bring it in. Well done. Now you're literally going to drop your feet down, but tuck your toes underneath. Bring your hands right underneath your armpits. Push yourself up. Keep your knees on the ground. Keep the toes top, sink right back. Tuck your head right underneath. Your hips are still up. And try and just feel that you're stopping yourself from going to the loo. So stop particularly at the front now. Stop yourself from having a wee. And really tuck that tailbone underneath. So you're getting a release through your lower back. Lovely. Now from this position, we lift the head up. We're going to walk the hands in. Good stuff. Now we're going to come into a little bit of a hover. So I'm literally going to lift my knees up. Brace like I've got a tight fit belt on and hold it. Good. And then I'm going to drop back down again. Great stuff. So reposition your feet if you need to. Reposition your hands if you need to. We're going to do that again. Take a breath in. Stop yourself going to the loo. Tighten your belt. Lift your knees. Lovely. So it should feel a bit easier second time. Not such a shock to the body. Release it. Now, third time. We're going to keep the knees hovering and we're going to walk our hands forward. So we're going to be in a plank. Are you ready? Brace, lift. Now walk. Good stuff. Now we're taking the feet out, out, out. So you're stretching this band just a little bit. stretch it. We tap, we tap. You've got 8 more if you can. 7, 6, and 5. It's 4, 3. Now here's the challenge. Try and pull it forward. Pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it, pull it. Excellent. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Well done. Relax. Let it come off your feet. Take your hands right down. Shoulders, roll them forward. Let your wrists have a big old breather. Make sure your knees are wide so you've got space to kind of get your chest right down and really relax your head wherever it feels comfortable. Lovely. So from here, let's just lift the head up. Very nice. Now, if you want a quick drink, grab one. We're going to grab our brick. So I'm going to start off by coming on over onto my side, onto my hip, my bum, I can't speak, and just holding in this position. Great stuff. Okay, so there's a little kink through these knees. Yeah, just going to kink them up. And I want you to try and connect, if you can, to your lower tummy muscles. So let me just turn more of an angle so you can see. So when my legs are straight, you can't hopefully see the mat very much underneath. When I just drag them up, you can just see. Now, what I want you to think about is just sitting tall, but feeling something going on in your lower tummy. So you're going to be slightly below your belly button with your fingers pointing in. And you just hopefully feel those lower tummy muscles are just engaging. Yeah? Great stuff. So we're going to hold that little kink in the knees. Just hold it. Now grab your brick. I'm going to hold it in front of my chest. And I'm just going to extend it up. Slide the legs out straight. Now you're going to feel this in your upper back, potentially in your lower back. Can you feel that you sort of want to do that with your head? What I want you to try and do is just look more up than look down. Good stuff. Now bring it back in and just let the knees slide up again. So my elbows are coming in and the brick is actually touching my boobs. I'm going to take a breath in and just lift and straighten. Now you're not trying to straighten your arms. If you look at my arms, they're bent. My shoulders are relaxed. Good. And then I bring it back in. Lift up, breathe in. Come on down, squeeze the brick. Breathe out. Lift up. Breathe out. Good stuff. Lift up. And breathe out. Lovely. Now, I'm going to keep my knees here and I'm going to turn the brick around so I can put my hands either side. And I'm literally going to keep this knee bent and straighten this one. I'm going to the straight leg side and I'm going to lean back slightly. I'm going to come back up. My knees are now bent. And then I'm going to go to the other side, straighten the leg. Lift up. Straighten the leg, lean back slightly. Now, we're not touching the floor with the brick and we're definitely not forcing it. So just let yourself go to where feels comfortable. Now, if you feel you can take the brick right up, then lift it a little bit higher, but you don't have to. Listen to your body. Good. So it's almost kind of imagine that you're sort of on a rowing boat. Yeah. So we straighten the leg, we go to the straight leg side. We lift up, bend both knees, then straight. Lovely. Now just hold it here, bring it in for a second. Now I'm just going to slide my legs up. I'm going to take the brick between my feet and I'm just going to let myself have a little stretch through my back. So hopefully that feels quite nice. You are working your back, folks, as well as feeling it in your tummy muscles. So if you're feeling it in your back, you should be. You're not doing anything wrong. However, know that if you've had enough, you just stop. So we're going to do similar, but instead of going to the straight leg side now, we're going to go to the bent leg. It's going to kind of act as a break. So I'm going to take the legs back and I'm now going to bend the knee of the side that I'm going towards. Yeah, and you can see you can't go so far. And then I'm literally going to swap. and bend. So I'm not moving backwards now, I'm rotating. And I want to really focus on not quite touching the floor with the brick, but getting it behind my butt if I can. So take it behind you. Take it behind you. So you're getting a big rotation now, as opposed to moving forwards and backwards. Now you're still going to be feeling something going on in your back, but you should hopefully be mainly feeling it in your waist and around your rib cage. Last one. And just relax. So pop that brick down by the side of you. And then from here, I'm going to scoot my bum closer to my feet and let my feet flatten. Just take yourself flat down, arms out to the side. Now have a little rock to one side, head goes to the other side, and then back up and over. Good. Now, if you want to take your feet a little bit wider and just feel you're getting a bit more of a stretch across the front of the hip as well, go for it. Conversely, if you want to bring your feet right up, so you're just on your tippy toes, heels off the floor, you may find that that's more of a release for you around the back. So there's no right position. The goal is to just feel that you're just releasing the waist and the back. Lovely. And then from here, I'm now just going to extend those legs out. Take my arms overhead and allow yourself to just kind of catch your thumb. So thumb to thumb. Your elbows are relaxed. You're aiming to let your knuckles just rest on the floor. Well, one hand will have the knuckles on the floor. The other hand will have the knuckles in the palm. Keep the elbows opened right up and keep the shoulders really relaxed. Lovely. Now, from this position, kink your knees like you did earlier. So just drag your heels up and you should feel that your pelvis and the lower back are just flattened into the floor. Push the feet away and now you'll go back into your natural arch position. So I want you to really connect, and if it helps, close your eyes, to what's going on with this whole pelvic bone area. So we've got a natural curve in the spine. We drag the heels up, the pelvis automatically tilts, and we're pressing the lower back into the floor. Now, when you do this, imagine you're tightening the belt around your waist. Push the feet out flat, you've just let the belt go. Take a breath in, slide the heels up, pull the belt tight. Great stuff. Now, check in with your hands and your shoulders. Make sure that as you're doing this with your pelvis, you're still keeping your elbows and your shoulders and your fingers in exactly the same relaxed position. Relax the legs. Breathe out, contract. Lovely. Now, reach for your brick, which you just put to the side somewhere. Let's just drag those heels up and just stick that brick between your knees. You may be able to do it without even looking at them. You just want to place it between your knees. It doesn't really matter what angle it's at, as long as you've got it between your knees, and then hold it there. Now we're going to bring the hands from above the head, and you should be able to sit your hands on your thighs. Yep, good stuff. Relax your feet. So if you're flexing your feet to try and relax them, actively squeeze the brick with the insides of your knees and allow yourself to feel that you're being sucked through the floor via your belly button. Lovely. Now, you're going to slide your hands up towards your kneecaps, lift the head off the floor and back down. Now, I'm not going to let my head go all the way down now. What I want to feel is that lift up, and it feels like my legs are moving slightly. As I squash the brick, I lift. Fabulous. Good. Now we're going to start to bring the hands up and up. And up. Do not let your head go all the way down. Do not let the tops of your shoulders go all the way down. Keep squeezing the brick. Now come on all the way up, all the way. Lovely, and roll it forward. Nice. So you should find that you can kind of just sit your chest on your brick, and that should feel very nice indeed. And then we're going to keep this brick between our knees. We're going to keep the feet on the floor, so drag them in. If you need to reposition the brick, you can. I'm going to make mine go vertical. And I'm just going to push my bum right to my feet, slide down. And then I'm going to go into a pelvic tilt. So I've just done this, but with my legs straight up. Now you can really feel that pelvis is moving and you're actively pressing the back into the floor and tightening a belt around that waist. Good. Now just hold that tilt, just hold it. Try and squeeze the brick, and at the same time, imagine that you are stopping yourself from going to the loo. Lovely. And then just let yourself release it. Now that's easy enough. Now you should have your little loopy band somewhere within grabbing distance. So let's grab it and let's just place it now around our forearm. So if you've got a watch on, it just wants to go just behind your watch strap on your forearms. We're going to have the fingers tight together. We're going to have the thumbs tight together as well, palms facing each other. And I'm just going to sit this band above my chest, not my shoulders. Tilt your pelvis. And as you do so, just try and stretch the band and then release the pelvis and release the band. That's it. Take a breath in. Now breathe out and squeeze. And breathe in and release. Breathe out and squeeze. And breathe out and release. Now, when you're tilting your pelvis, remember you're trying to squeeze the brick just a little bit. So squeeze the brick, starts to engage the outer thighs, inner thighs, butt. And we squeeze in the band, back of arms, upper back, chest. Lovely. Very nice. Just 2 to go. Last one. Good, stop. Now, from here, let's just lift the hips fully off the floor. Now, you're not tilting your pelvis first. So your back is in neutral, and you're going to lift straight up. Now, at the top of the movement, I want you to just hold it, and we're going to squeeze the band. Just keep squeezing it. Try and squeeze the brick with your knees, and try and keep those hips up. Good. Keep squeezing the brick. Keep stretching the band. Keep holding. Keep holding. You've got 4 more. And 3. And 2. Now, as you drop down, let the arms go over your head. Lovely. You should feel that natural curve in your spine. Almost feels like you're sticking your tummy out. Now, come straight back up. Squeeze your bum and lift. Good. Now, we go a second time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down. Relax. Take a breath in. Lift up. Breathe out. Normal breaths now. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Taking it down. You've got to go one more time. Let yourself really relax at the bottom. Lift it back up. Good. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let yourself drop down. Now slide your feet a little bit further away. So we've changed the angle at the knee. I've still got my feet flat on the floor, just not as close to me. Now we're going to try and come up again. Be aware. You're going to feel this more in the backs of your legs. So take a breath in, lift up, push into the floor, try and get your hips as high as you can. Now just 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back. Now, if you feel that you can handle it, push a little tiny bit further forward and try and lift your toes up. So you're just on your heels. You ready? Come on up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Drop it down. So hamstrings now on bottom. Changing the angle, changing where we're feeling it. Lift back up. High as you can with your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. Drop down. We're just going to do one more. Take a breath in and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it out. Slide your feet all the way out. Literally let the feet flop out to the side. Very nice. Now you've got your arms, hopefully, elbows bent, shoulders on the floor. Just relaxing your fingers. And then what we're going to do from here is just bring our arms up. We're going to lift the head and shoulders up. We're going to roll the feet back in. So we're now crushing that brick with the sides of our knees. We're going to drag the heels in like we did before. And then we're going to come forward and stretch the band and go back. Now, if you have a look, you can see my shoulder blades do not touch the floor. My shoulder blades are off the floor, and I lift from there and come down and squeeze the brick and lift. So I'm not coming up all the way. Even though I could, I'm not coming up all the way. Control, control. Lovely. Use the tummy. Lovely. Remember, you're rounding through the spine. Your pubic bone is trying to touch your belly button. And then we're going to hold it up at the top. Hold it. Let your arms lift. Now, hold at the top and then come back down. Roll it through. This is where you stopped originally. Lift up. Round through. You're not leaning backwards. You're pulling your belly button through your spine. Lift it up. Lovely. Crush the brick. Fantastic. One to go. Very nice. And relax. Taking it off. Well done. So let's change tack now and think about your bum muscles again. We're going to do a little bit for the upper body as well, utilizing the brick. So if you want another drink, grab one. I'm going to flip over and we're going to pop a knee on this brick. Now remember, your hips need to be in line with your knees. We don't want the hips sat back towards the feet. So we pop the knee in the center of the brick, we tuck the toes, we come forward and we find that sweet spot. Show you from the front. I've got my knees nice and wide, nowhere near each other. And this is comfortable, but it isn't where I want to be. I want to come forward so it feels like I've got a piece of string pulling across from one hip bone to the other. Hands directly underneath. And I'm going to do what I did when I was in plank. I'm just literally going to slide the leg back now, tighten the kneecap of this straight leg, really push the foot into the floor like you're trying to make a hole and pull that tummy in tight. Great stuff. Lift the leg up. Now your goal is to lift it to the point where you don't feel you want to do that. You just want to lift it and feel the bum engaged. Good. Drop the foot, lift the foot. Drop the foot, that's all we're doing. Just taking the toe down, lifting it up. Lovely. Good. Now hold it there. Opposite arm extends out in front of you. So just taking it forward. Looks good. Now we're going to try and round out through the back. Tuck the knee right in. Tuck the nose right in. And then extend and lengthen. And come back up. Look. And take it out. Nice. And bring it in. And take it out. Just one more time if you can. Bring it in. And take it out. Now drop the hand back down. Good. Hold it there. Bring it in. Lift the leg back up. Bend to 90. And then drop that knee down so that it's now parallel with the knee that's on the brick. Now just open it. Just open it. Just to the side. Now I'm going to take the opposite arm and just swing it. Swing it. So push into the floor with the toes of the brick side. Make sure you feel stable. 4, 3, 2, well done. Release. Now, if you just grab your brick, push it forward, let your fingers kind of wrap themselves around the front of the brick, drop your head, and you should just feel that that's getting a little bit of a release and a stretch through your wrists. If you want to take your knees wider because it's more comfortable, absolutely do. Make sure you're getting a release through your back as well. Lovely. And then we're going to come on back up. So exactly the same thing. Let's place the knee on that brick. Make sure your knees are apart, your hips are right underneath. They're not. Your knee is right underneath your hips. Slide the foot back. Now really, really get that leg to push into the floor. The kneecap is switched on, the thigh is switched on, chest is engaged, and we lift and we drop. So we want to feel that lengthen through the tummy. It should almost feel like you are lifting this leg from your waist. And lift. That's it. Good. Now let's hold it up there. So just hold it. So we take the opposite arm and we extend. Good. Now contract, pull right in, round through. And then push it out. And you're going at your own pace on this one. We don't want to be too fast. We want to feel that we are really crunching and then lengthening. And crunch. And lengthen. Lovely. Keep going if you can. Pulling it through. And extending it out. You're looking really good. Use that supporting toe to help you to feel stable. If you feel as if you're kind of shuddering and juggling and wobbling and what have you, good, go for it. It's fine. Now we're just going to hold it out. Allow the hand and the foot to come in. Let your hand come in. So you're back to being really strong and stable. Lift, bend, drop it down. Good, now open it. And it's literally going out to the side and it's not far. We're not trying to do that and lift it right up. It's just a little sway. Let it sway and add in your arm. Good. Nice. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees nice and wide. Push the brick forward. Let your fingers kind of wrap themselves around the front. Let your head drop. And feel that release through the wrists, the upper back, the shoulders. Lovely. Looks good too. Okay, we're going to go back now and we're going to think about these butt muscles, thigh muscles as well. So let's take this band. It's now going to go back underneath your feet. Now your tummy is coming into play here as well. Again, listen to your body. So it wants to go around the outside of your little toe. Make sure obviously that you're stretching it so it doesn't go all baggy and saggy in the middle. Scoot your bottom in so you can just drop yourself down, and then your feet are going to be flat on the floor. Now to start with, let's just have a little practice and just feel how stretchy or not your band is. So I'm going to just literally lift up a foot and drop it down. Now I'm lifting from my waist. I'm not trying to pull it up from my knee. Yeah. Think about lifting from your waist and pull. And do it again, same leg. Now think about where you can bring this leg to. Now you're going to feel the thigh kick in. You're going to probably feel your kneecap as well. Other side. Lift. Good. And you may well go, oh, one leg's stronger than the other. Possibly it is, yeah? You're just practicing what it feels like. Great stuff. Lovely. Okay, so you now know how it feels. Your feet are not really close, but they're sort of a comfortable distance apart, so you can just press your back into the floor naturally. I'm now going to elevate right up through those hips. Lift and hold it here. Great stuff. Now, without dropping your hips, try and lift up like you did before. Lift, same leg. And lift. Same leg. And lift. Magic number is 4, so try and give me one more. Well done. Drop down. Now, if you feel you need to, just have a breather, pull your knees in, give your back a break. Good. If you want a little rock and roll from side to side, absolutely do that. And we're going to try and do that on the other side. So just check that you've still got your band around your feet. It's not slid down towards your heels. Pop it back down. So not right up to your bottom, but where is comfortable. Elevate through your hips, straight up, push the floor away to make sure those butt cheek muscles are really engaged. And then second leg, lift and drop and lift and drop. Fantastic. And lift and drop. 1 to go. Well done. Now bring those knees up again like you did before. A little rock from side to side. Try to pull your knees out nice and wide now if you feel possible, if that's possible. So hopefully now you have got your brick still within grabbing distance, because we're now going to go back to the tummy and stick the brick behind the bones of the pelvis. Let those legs move forward, so you're now in a tabletop position. So we've got the feet in a flexed position. We can feel those tummy muscles are engaged. I'm going to bring my hands up above my chest, palms facing each other. Now, just one leg, both arms. Push one leg forward, let your thumbs slide back, bring it back in. Now the other one. So as you're pressing the leg away from you, just think about trying to pull the toes towards you on the leg that's not moving. So we can just feel those tummy muscles really engage. And you should be able to straighten this leg fully. So try and tighten your front thigh. Let yourself feel that dimple in your kneecaps. Well done. Excellent. Good. Last one. And just have a little relax. Very nice. So again, if you want to rock from side to side or pull forward and back, do whatever you need to do. Very good. Okay, so now what we're going to try and do is press the feet apart when we extend them. So we're going to extend them both together. I'm going to do the same with my arms, but I'm going to just stretch the band at the top of the move and then bring it back in. So press it forward and just stretch it. Now don't go crazy. You're not trying to break the band. You just want to feel that you can push against it a little bit. It's not mad at all. Good. Final one. Very nice. Bring it in. Lift your head up now. So you're taking your head off your brick. And you should be able to reach forward and grab both ends of the band with your hands. Now allow your knees to go wider and let your heels drop down towards your bottom. Good. So you should have 2 loops around your feet. Now just keep your head where it is. And I want you to just practice pushing the feet up towards the ceiling. So you're probably going to find you're better off just holding it maybe with just 1 finger or 2 at the most. You don't want to hold it with a full fist. And then just bring it back down. Let your knees come really wide. So the reason we're doing this is so that your brain knows you can straighten your legs and you can stretch this band. Take it up. Lovely. Well done. And then bring it on back down. Excellent. Now, we stay in here. We'll turn this way so you can see. Instead of having your arms kind of locked and straight and shoulders tight, can we just bend the elbows and relax the shoulders? Yep, so I'm holding on, but I'm now really chilled and relaxed. I am just going to rock my feet to the floor through my spine. My head goes nowhere near the floor. I'm not throwing my legs above my head. If you look at my feet, can you see that they're staying pretty still, close to my butt? And you should be like you're on a kiddie seesaw. Seesaw it up. Now, the more you can bend your elbows and relax your shoulders, the easier it is. If you're really tense through your upper body, it's going to be a challenge. Now, I'm going to invite you to hold at the top. So you're on the flat of your pelvic bone. You're not on your coccyx. And you might feel a bit wibbly wobbly to start with, but it'll right itself in a few seconds. Now, you should feel that these tummy muscles are massively switched on. Remember stretching the band? Well, you're going to do that again here, but it's going to go forwards as well as upwards, and the legs will straighten. And then you'll pull it back in. So we're doing exactly the same as we did. The difference is now you'll feel that you've got your tummy muscles switched on big time. Lovely. So that's a V-sit, folks. This is your V-sit. So you can see you're quite upright on it. Now, option, you do not have to do it, but if you want to, and put them 2 moves that we've just done together. So I'm going to do my little seesaw back and then come up and just press the legs. And then bend the knees so it's controlled. Roll it back. Push it up. Look at you guys. Brilliant. Take it back. Push it up. Now hold here. One hand off. When you take the other hand off, you need to take your feet apart. Now drop back onto your elbows. Lovely. Now pull one leg in, press the other one down, and swap. And swap. And swap. So I'm kind of going up to come down. Go up to come down. Lovely. How are we feeling, team? Serious ab work today. You're looking good. Another 4 if you can. If you've had enough, you can take a breather at any time. Well done. Nearly there. Last one on each side. Great job. Push the feet forward. Let's come and grab the band off the feet. And then I'm just going to just take my hands to the inside. And just literally, you can rock on your hips. If you want to slide your legs further forward, you can. Do what feels good for you. If you want to bring your feet together and catch hold of your feet, you can do that position. Whatever position works that you can feel that you're lengthening through that spine. Very impressed, folks. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the band and we're going to wiggle it back around the knees. Now, this is where it literally wants to be on the kind of the creases of your knees. If you think it's too low, you're in the right place. Let's flip over and let's go back to these butt muscles. So I'm going to take a leg out and stretch. Now you did this and it was close to your ankles. Now it's closer to your knees. You should be able to feel the resistance a little bit more in your tummy. Yeah? Pull it in. Just push it out. Pull it in. Just push it out. Pull it in. Push it out. Nice. Other side. You can almost feel that you want to get rid of the creases in the back of your knee by just pushing into that band. So let's take that leg and just hold it back there now. Now bring the other one up. Lovely. Now take your feet wide. Great stuff. And all I'm going to ask you to do now is to just try and lift, 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 lift. So we've got it around the knees. It's not crazy tight. Yeah. If it was around the ankles, we'd really know about it. I don't want you to be able to move your body with it. So I'm not trying to do this and stop my body. Can you see I'm letting my body move? Lovely. And then just drop down. Relax your feet. Bring your hips back in alignment. Now drop onto one elbow. Yeah. The hand that's still on the floor, that's the leg that's going to lift off the ground. So I want you to lean your weight into this bottom knee and to your elbow. Now press it up. Press it up. Press it up. Lovely. So your goal now is keep that knee at 90, keep the foot flexed. And what you should be finding is you just started to stretch the band a little bit more each time. Yes. And then I'm going to invite you to hold it up there at the top. Hold it. Now try and press it higher than this. It should feel like somebody's poking you right in the middle of your butt cheek. Keeping it going if you can. Got another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on in, and we're literally going to swap arm and swap leg. So we just take it up, and we just start with a little pull. We're not go crazy. And then the momentum of you being able to stretch it just means you get to stretch it a little bit further. That's it. Lovely. Very nice. So you can feel in this position that you can't help but pull your tummy in just naturally as well. That's it. And then we're just going to hold that leg up. Hold it. Now go higher. So again, it should feel like somebody's just poking you right in the center of your butt. Keeping it going. Pressing it, pressing it. Lovely. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and well done. So from here, I'm just going to sit right back, elbows down, drop your head, let your bottom sink right into your feet. Nice. And then I'm just going to lift my head up. I'm going to rock over onto one hip. So I can swing my legs around and just take this band off. Lovely. So we want to really get a stretch now for the tummy muscles, but also for the hip flexors. So I'm going to come back over. To start with, I'm just going to go onto one bum cheek and just try and have my ankle in line with my knee. Put the opposite hand on it. Move this hand in really close to my knee and then slide the other leg back. Yep. Now your goal is to just slide that hand forward and let your chest just come on down. Now you can go as far forward as you want. You can stay here on your elbow. You can take that hand off and go further. Just don't force it. Go to where you can feel the stretch around your bum, your outer thigh, and your hip. And then that back leg, just move it back a bit further if you can. Just get more of a stretch. Lovely. Good job. So from this position, I'm going to come on up. I'm going to pull my heel in towards my pubic bone. And then I'm going to let this kneecap go flat on the floor. I'm going to lift this hip off the floor. And I'm going to actually sit as close to sitting on my heel as I can. I want my hands now either side of that front knee. So I'm quite tall and I'm pushing the floor away. Now tuck your toes on that back leg. Lift the kneecap off the floor and push the floor away even harder. Lift the head. So you should be getting a stretch going all the way up. Nice. Now we're going to try and change legs via a downward facing dog. So I'm going to elevate my bottom off this heel. I'm going to push up. Then I'm going to lift that foot and lift my hips. And I'm going to bring the legs through on the other side so I can actually sit on my bottom and fall over. Yeah. So I'm on my butt cheek. Now you might need to reposition yourself so that you can still see. But we want to have that leg at 90. Opposite hand on. Hand by your thigh so it's not over there somewhere. And we just slide down. Nice. So again, just go where you feel is comfortable. And it's probably going to be different on each side. Because the most important thing now is you want to feel the stretch, but you just want to feel forced. Excellent. Just let yourself relax into that position. Breathe normally. Try and push the leg a little bit further back if you feel you want to. And then we just walk the hands in. So I'm going to manhandle that heel. Pull it in towards my body, roll over so that I can sit on the heel, my kneecaps on the floor, my hands are either side of that knee. I'm going to tuck my toes, lift up, push the floor away. Excellent. Now we're going to come back up to that downward facing dog position. And then I'm going to invite you to take your feet wider. So I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to elevate, push it up. And then I'm just going to take my feet wider. Wider. I'm going to bend the knees so that I can drop my heels towards the floor. Walk my hands closer in. So now my heels are fully flat on the floor. And in this position now, you're going to try and take your hands over towards your right foot. And I want you to try and take your left hand in front of your right toes and see if you can take your right hand behind your right heel. Your goal is to get your rib cage as close to your thighs as you can. So you're not trying to get your nose to your shin bone, trying to get your ribs to your thigh and look right over your shoulder to the wall behind you. Now you should be feeling a massive stretch down the hamstring, the back of the leg, on that right side. And then we're going to walk the hands all the way back to the center and over to the other side. So it's right hand in front of left toe, left hand behind your left heel, and try and get the rib to the thigh as you look behind you.
Lovely. Now I'm going to come back up through the center. So my hands go into the middle. I'm going to bend my knees more. And then I'm just going to peel the hands up, let my knees bend even further. So I'm kind of hanging like this. Lovely. And then you just roll up through the spine. Keep these feet nice and wide. Lovely. So your feet are nice and wide. We've just come on up. Now I'm going to take my fingers and just kind of press them into my thigh. And I take the other arm up, let this elbow bend, and you're going to come right over to the side. So I'm literally kind of pushing into my leg. And if you want to do that little bounce that I've just done, feel free. And then find where you can hold it. And then I'm going to invite you to rotate your thumb. And take the thumb down. So now you can feel it right down your ribs. Then bend your knees. Sweep the arm around so it can come up to the side. And then let's just take it over. So you can do that little bounce if you wish. You go straight into just holding it. So we should be getting it right down the side of the body. Rotate the thumb. Lovely. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to bring the arm down. Now both hands are going to hang. And what I'm going to invite you to try and do is see if you can drop your head right down. Try and catch a hold of the opposite elbow with the opposite hand. And just let your body tip a bit further forward. Straighten the backs of your legs a little bit more if it feels okay for you. And just hang here. Now, if your body wants to sway forward and back, let it. If it wants to move side to side, let it. If it just wants to stay where it is, let it. Just really make sure those knees are soft. Lovely. And then we're just going to bend the knees more. Lift up. Now, as you lift up, your arms will come in towards your chest. And you walk your feet in, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel. And then we're going to take those arms above the head. So you're framing your head now. That's it. Great stuff. Now just drop one hand down between your shoulder blades and then just catching the elbow with the other hand, just tip slightly to the side. Your goal is to try and just reach the shoulder blade. So again, we're getting that stretch down the middle. Obviously triceps as well. Open the arms up so we can swap them over. Just drop the other one down. And then I'm just going to bring the arms down, palms facing my thighs, body roll forward and find where you just want to stay and hold. Let your chin drop right down. Your arms do whatever they feel they want to do. You can either just hold here or you can have a little swing and a sway, whatever feels better. And then when you are ready, hold it right in the center. And let's just come on all the way up. Take a final breath in. And a breath out. Give everything a little bit of a shake. And you are done. Excellent, guys. Really good. Let me just stop that.